Okay, so everyone loves a good life hack,
Yep.
right? We're always looking for ways to improve ourselves.
Yeah.
And in this deep dive, we're going to be looking at 15 of them.
Wow.
15 tips to transform your life.
Okay.
We're going to be taking a popular podcast episode and we're going to distill it down to just the most impactful advice.
That's good.
So get ready to level up your life.
So what's interesting about this episode is that it doesn't focus on these massive overhauls.
Okay.
You know, it's really more about making small, sustainable changes.
Yeah.
Which is exactly how habits are formed.
So we're not talking about like becoming a Zen master overnight.
Not exactly. So the first tip is all about creating a mindful morning routine.
Okay.
So instead of reaching for your phone the second you wake up, the episode suggests trying some breathing exercises, some stretching, or even just taking a moment to set your intentions for the day. It sounds simple, but those first few minutes really can set the tone for how you experience the rest of your day.
So you're telling me hitting the snooze button 9 times isn't the best way to start my day?
Well, there might be a better way.
Okay.
You know, think about it. When you start your day with intention, you're really priming your brain for focus and productivity.
Okay.
There's even research that shows that activities like meditation or deep breathing can actually change your brain's neural pathways over time.
Oh, wow.
And that can lead to better focus, more emotional control, and even less stress throughout the day.
Wow. So it's not even just about feeling good in the moment. It's actually about changing the way your brain works.
That's right.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
All right. What else does this episode recommend?
Next up is a classic, prioritize your health.
Okay.
The episode calls our bodies our greatest assets.
That makes sense.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not feeling your best physically, it's hard to be firing on all cylinders mentally and emotionally.
Yeah, totally. But we're all busy. So what are some realistic tweaks that we can make that'll have a big impact without like requiring a total lifestyle overhaul?
Well, staying hydrated is huge.
Okay.
You'd be surprised how many people are chronically dehydrated and don't even realize it.
Right.
It can lead to fatigue, brain fog, even mood swings.
Yeah.
Just keeping a water bottle with you and sipping on it throughout the day can make a world of difference.
That's a good one. I know I'm definitely guilty of not drinking enough water.
Yeah. And another easy one is to incorporate just short bursts of movement throughout the day.
Okay.
Even just a 10-minute walk a few times a day can improve your circulation, boost your energy, and do wonders for your mood.
See, that's what I like to hear. Manageable changes that make a big difference.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next nugget of wisdom?
The episode talks about cultivating a growth mindset,
Okay.
which basically means viewing challenges as opportunities for learning. It's about believing in your ability to grow and adapt.
I've heard about the growth mindset before, but how does it actually play out in real life?
Sure.
Can you give me an example?
So imagine someone's learning a new language.
Okay.
A person with a fixed mindset might give up easily after a few mistakes,
Right.
thinking they're just not good at languages.
Yeah.
But someone with a growth mindset would see those mistakes as valuable feedback. They would use those experiences to adjust their approach and keep improving.
Okay.
And that resilience is really what helps people achieve their goals.
So it's not about being naturally gifted.
Right.
It's about embracing the process of learning.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a mindful morning routine, prioritizing our health, and cultivating a growth mindset. What's next on our list of life upgrades?
Well, if you want to achieve your goals, you need to know what those goals are, right? The episode really emphasizes the importance of setting clear, specific, and realistic goals.
Okay.
And it also suggests breaking those goals down into smaller, more manageable steps.
That makes sense. But how do we actually make those goals
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah.
What's the secret sauce to making them stick?
Well, one trick is to frame your goals in a way that emphasizes the positive outcomes. So instead of saying, I want to stop eating junk food,
Right.
you could say, I want to fuel my body with nutritious foods that make me feel great.
Interesting. So it's about focusing on what you're gaining, not what you're giving up.
That's right.
I like that reframing.
Yep.
Okay, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we need to talk about something that can really hold us back.
Yeah.
Clutter.
Yes. The episode talks about decluttering our physical spaces, our digital lives, and even our relationships.
Decluttering relationships. What does that even look like? And how do we even begin to tackle all that stuff? It feels so overwhelming.
You're right. It can be daunting.
Yeah.
The key is to start small.
Okay.
So instead of trying to declutter your entire house in a weekend,
Right.
Focus on one drawer, one shelf, or even just your desk.
Yeah.
Breaking it down makes it much less overwhelming.
Yeah.
And as for decluttering relationships,
Yes.
it's about identifying the connections that drain your energy or hold you back and setting boundaries to protect your well-being.
Okay.
It's not always about cutting people out completely,
Right.
but it's about being mindful of the energy you allow into your life.
So decluttering is about creating space physically and mentally
Yes,
for the things that truly matter.
exactly.
I like that. And speaking of things that matter,
Yeah.
let's talk about money, shall we?
Absolutely. The episode stresses the importance of establishing good financial habits.
Okay.
Things like budgeting, saving, and investing wisely.
All the things that sound great in theory,
Right.
but can feel a bit overwhelming in practice.
Yeah.
What's a good starting point for someone who wants to take control of their finances but doesn't know where to begin?
One of the most impactful first steps is to simply track your spending.
Okay.
Use an app, a spreadsheet, or even just a notebook
No.
to get a clear picture of where your money's actually going.
Okay.
You might be surprised by what you discover.
Yeah.
Once you have that awareness,
Uh-huh.
you can start making more conscious choices about how you spend and save.
I've heard that before. And I know it's good advice, but I always think, ugh, that sounds like so much work.
It might sound tedious,
Yeah.
but it's really about empowering yourself.
Okay.
When you understand your spending habits,
Right.
you can make informed decisions about your money.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've got mindful mornings, prioritizing health,
Yes.
growing our mindsets,
Right.
setting clear goals,
Yeah.
decluttering our lives, and mastering our money.
It's a lot.
What's next?
Well, the episode emphasizes that we have who we surround ourselves with.
Okay.
It highlights the importance of having a positive support system.
That's so true. How can we be sure we're cultivating relationships that are truly good for us?
Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with someone.
Okay.
Do you feel energized, inspired, and supported? Or do you feel drained and negative?
Yeah.
Your feelings are a great indicator of whether a relationship is adding to or subtracting from your life.
That's a really good point. It's not always about cutting people off. It's about being aware of the impact they have on us.
Exactly. It's about choosing to surround yourself with people who uplift you and support your growth.
Okay.
Yeah. And speaking of feeling good, the next tip from the episode is all about gratitude.
Okay.
They suggest incorporating a daily gratitude practice into your routine.
I've heard that before, but I always thought it was a little, woo, woo. Does it really make a difference?
It's more than just a feel-good exercise, actually.
Okay.
Research has shown that practicing gratitude can actually rewire our brains to focus on the positive.
Really?
And that can lead to some pretty amazing benefits,
Like what?
like increased happiness,
Okay.
better sleep, reduced stress, and even a stronger immune system.
Wow. That's impressive. So it's not about ignoring the bad stuff.
Right.
It's about consciously shifting our focus to the good things.
Exactly. It's about training your brain to notice and appreciate the positive aspects of your life.
So it's like building a mental muscle for happiness.
Right? You could say that, but of course, even with the most positive mindset, life is going to throw us curveballs.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the next tip, stress management.
Oh. Yes, stress is like that unwelcome house guest who just won't leave.
I know, right?
What are some healthy coping mechanisms we can use to, kick stress to the curb?
Well, deep breathing is one of the fastest and most accessible ways to calm your nervous system.
Okay.
Just inhale deeply through your nose,
Mm-hmm.
hold for a few seconds, and exhale slowly through your mouth.
Okay.
Repeat this a few times and you'll feel your anxiety start to melt away.
See, that's what I need, something I can do anywhere, anytime. Are there any other quick stress busters you can share?
Another powerful technique is progressive muscle relaxation.
Okay.
It's basically where you tense and then release different muscle groups in your body.
Mm-hmm.
This can help release physical tension and promote a sense of calm.
Okay. I'm definitely going to try that one. I carry all my stress on my shoulders, so that sounds perfect for me.
Ah.
What else did this episode have to say about managing our inner world?
Well, the next tip is all about self-talk.
Okay.
The episode encourages us to pay attention to our inner dialogue
Right.
and to consciously replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations.
That makes sense, but sometimes those negative thoughts just keep popping up like weeds.
I hear ya.
How do we get better at recognizing and reframing those patterns?
One technique you can try is keeping a thought journal.
Okay.
So throughout the day, just jot down any negative thoughts that come up. Then take some time to examine those thoughts.
Okay.
Are they based in reality?
Right.
Or are they fueled by fear and insecurity?
Yeah.
Once you start to identify your negative thought patterns, you can consciously challenge them and replace them with more positive and realistic affirmations.
That's a really practical tip. I'm always telling my friends to think positive, but I love the idea of actually writing those thoughts down. It makes it so much more concrete.
Right. It brings those thoughts out of the shadows.
Yeah.
And helps you gain more control over them.
Okay, so we're breathing deeply,
Yes.
relaxing our muscles,
Yeah.
and talking nicely to ourselves.
That's right.
What else can we do to cultivate a happier, healthier inner state?
The episode talks about the importance of rest.
Okay.
And I don't just mean sleep,
Oh.
although that's crucial too. It's about taking breaks, doing things you enjoy, and giving yourself permission to recharge.
I think that's something a lot of us struggle with.
Definitely.
We live in such a go, go, go culture that it can feel almost impossible to slow down.
It's true, but rest isn't a luxury, it's an investment.
Okay.
When you're well rested, you're more productive, creative, and better able to handle challenges.
So how do we break free from that guilt of taking time for ourselves?
It starts with recognizing that rest is just as important as work, exercise, or any other commitment you have. Schedule time for rest, just like you would schedule anything else. Whether it's a 20-minute nap, an hour of reading, or a weekend getaway, prioritize those activities that help you recharge.
That's a great reminder. It's not selfish to take care of ourselves. It's essential. Okay, so we've rested and recharged. What's next?
The episode challenges us to step outside our comfort zones.
Okay.
It talks about trying new things, meeting new people, and taking calculated risks to unlock new opportunities and boost our confidence.
Okay, I'll admit that one makes me a little nervous. Any advice for someone who wants to be bolder but struggles with fear?
A good approach is to break down the challenge into smaller, more manageable steps.
Okay.
Instead of focusing on the enormity of the goal,
Right.
identify one small action you can take today to move you closer to it.
Okay.
Celebrate those small wins and build momentum as you gain confidence.
That's a great tip. It's about progress, not perfection, right?
Exactly. It's about embracing the journey, setbacks, and all.
Speaking of journeys, the episode also talks about the importance of communication.
Yes.
It highlights how good communication skills can make a huge difference in our personal and professional lives.
It's true, being able to express yourself clearly, listen attentively, and navigate conflict constructively
Yeah.
are all essential skills for building strong relationships and achieving your goals.
We could all probably use a little help in that department. What are some simple yet powerful strategies we can use to become better communicators?
Active listening is a game changer.
Right.
When someone is speaking to you, give them your full attention.
Mm-hmm.
Put away distractions, make eye contact, and truly focus on understanding their message.
Okay.
Ask clarifying questions to make sure you're on the same page,
Right.
and reflect back what you've heard to show that you're actively engaged.
I think that's something we could all benefit from, being more present and engaged when someone is talking to us.
Right.
It's so easy to get distracted.
It is, but when you truly listen to someone, you're showing them respect and building a stronger connection.
Okay, so we're communicating more effectively, stepping outside our comfort zones, and taking time for ourselves.
Yes.
What's the final piece of the puzzle for living a more fulfilling life?
The episode ends by encouraging us to find meaningful ways to give back to others.
Okay.
It talks about volunteering, mentoring, donating to causes we care about,
Right.
and even just offering a helping hand to someone in need.
That's a powerful reminder that we're all connected,
Yeah.
and that even small acts of kindness can make a big difference. But with so many worthy causes out there, how do we even begin to choose where to focus our energy?
Think about what you're passionate about.
Okay.
What issues light you up?
Right.
What skills and talents can you offer?
Right.
There are countless ways to contribute, so find something that aligns with your values and your interests.
I love that it's about finding something that feels personally meaningful and using our unique gifts to make a positive impact.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that we all have something to offer, and that even small acts of generosity can create a ripple effect of positivity.
Wow, it's like we've been given this roadmap.
Yeah.
You know, with all these different paths we can take to improve our lives.
It is.
And it's like, as we've been talking, I've realized that all of these tips are interconnected.
Absolutely.
They all work together to create this more holistic approach to well-being.
They do. It's not about picking and choosing, one or two things to focus on.
Right.
It's about weaving all of these practices together to create a life that feels aligned and fulfilling. It's about nurturing your physical health, cultivating a positive mindset, strengthening your relationships, and finding ways to contribute to something bigger than yourself.
Out of all these incredible tips, what really resonated with me is the emphasis on mindset.
Oh, yeah.
It's so powerful to realize that we actually have the ability to shape our experiences through our thoughts and beliefs.
It's true, the way we perceive the world, the stories we tell ourselves, the things we choose to focus on, all of that has a profound impact on our reality.
So it's not just about changing our actions, it's about transforming our inner world as well.
Exactly. And that's where true, lasting change begins.
Well, I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about today.
We've explored 15 different ways to level up your life.
Right.
But the real question is, what resonated most with you? Which of these tips sparked something inside of you?
Yeah, it's not about trying to do everything at once.
Right.
It's about choosing one area that you want to focus on.
Yes.
And taking that first step.
And remember, even the smallest actions, when done consistently, can lead to incredible results.
So as you go about your day, we encourage you to reflect on these 15 tips. Choose one that speaks to you and take that first step towards a more fulfilling and joyful life.
Until next time.
Keep seeking, keep growing, and keep diving deep.